Hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
Hey there, and I'm Ralph behind the camera. He likes to cook.
And
I like to eat.
perfect combination. So you know what? Here we are, Ralph. We're doing another little cavalcade of food quickie.
Cavalcade Quickie.
Yep. And what we're going to do this time around is we're going to talk about what we're going to have with our dinner tonight.
What is that?
That is...
Stick bug?
No, it's asparagus. Asparagus.
Asparagus.
Okay, asparagus. And this asparagus really is a spring crop, although you can get it now all year round. But we're going to have asparagus, and a lot of people hate asparagus.
Why's that? I love it.
I love it too, but I think the reason why a lot of people don't like asparagus is because the way that they've had asparagus served to them. Okay? Because I think a lot of people back in the day thought they needed to just put this in a big pot of water.
Boil it to death.
And boil it to death.
So it's either too mushy or too stringy.
And it's mushy and it's stringy, and boiling asparagus is the worst way to prepare it because the boiling also leaches out all of the nutrients, and there's a lot in asparagus. It's very good for you. So you know what? We are going to do it a different way, in a way that I think brings out the wonderful asparagus flavor.
And keeps it green, because the green is good.
Yes, and helps keep it green and not brown. So we're going to roast the asparagus.
Yum.
Okay? So what I've got here is some nice fresh asparagus we got at the market today. And sometimes asparagus at the store is sitting in water so that it stays fresh or whatever. But the bottom part here is always tough. Okay?
That's the,
you see that where
end.
they cut it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the thicker the asparagus is, the tougher it can be. So what we want to do...
Do you wash it first?
I did rinse it. Yes, I always rinse it. I just kind of bent it until it snapped. So, okay.
About an inch and a half off the bottom?
So where it naturally breaks, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I do that is I use it as my guide, okay? So that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to cut it like that. Okay?
So the one you broke off was the guide.
Yep.
And now you know that the rest of it will be tender.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest of it like this in a baking dish. You could use some other kind of, cookie sheet or whatever you might have. But I'm just using a 9x13, okay? And this couldn't be really more simple.
Did you put any oil or anything?
Not yet. So we have our asparagus. I'm going to take some olive oil and I'm just going to drizzle, maybe a couple tablespoons, okay, over the asparagus. Then we're going to take some nice kosher salt, and we're just going to give it a little sprinkle of salt. And then we're going to take some nice fresh ground pepper. The oven is set to 400 degrees, and I'm actually just going to use my hands I want to get that olive oil coated on all the asparagus. It gives it such a nice flavor.
And look how it glistens.
Yeah, it does. It gives it that nice sheen.
And that also helps the S&P to stay on it, which is...
It does, yeah. It's like
good.
Glue. So pretty easy so far, right?
400-degree oven.
Yeah.
Snip about an inch or more off the bottom. Put them in a good cooking ware with the olive oil that you drizzled.
Olive oil. Now, if you wanted to season it differently, if you wanted to put a little garlic or put a little whatever, little crushed red pepper, if you wanted to give a little heat to it, by all means, okay? But we really love the nice, simple, just salt and pepper, that asparagus flavor that comes out in the roasting, okay? I'm going to put this in, and we're going to put that in for, let's say 15 to 20 minutes.
So maybe check on it after 15.
And then we'll check on it. Okay, so it's been in about 20 minutes, like 18 minutes. And I can smell, yes. Hear them sizzling?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. So
There's moisture in vegetables. Is that kind of
There is.
acting with the oil?
With the oil, yes. Again, you see, if you notice, it kind of shrunk down a little bit because what roasting does is it evaporates that water that's inside the vegetable and concentrates the flesh or the cells of the vegetable. Which often is why when you roast a vegetable, it kind of almost tastes sweeter.
Right.
In a way, do you know what I mean? Because it brings out that. So let's take a look here. But see, they're nice and green, and I'm gonna look how tender they are. Just cuts with the fork like that. Asparagus. That's good. Now here's what I do sometimes, even if we're not having asparagus for dinner. It's hot. I'll roast, I'll let it cool, and then I'll cut it up. Great to toss into salads, really, and put into other things.
No.
So,
have you ever made cream of asparagus soup?
no, but maybe we should.
I think that would be great.
So, simple roasted asparagus. So we're going to have that with our dinner. Next time we're going to do baked potatoes, which I did in advance for dinner today. Ralph, I've had a couple people, everyone just thinks, oh, yeah, you bake a potato, so what's to baking a potato? Some people aren't sure, so you know what? I think an upcoming quickie will just be how to bake a potato.
Kevin style, Cavalcade style,
Right.
because
there's a lot of,
there are different
like
variations.
Everything else, you know what? There's a million different journeys to the same destination.
But it's one of those simple things that everyone kind of takes for granted,
Yeah.
like we did with the eggs and other things. So yeah, that'll be fun. So that's next time.
Yeah, but
on
don't
Cavalcade of Food.
Yeah, don't be an asparagus hater. Be an asparagus lover. Roast that asparagus, and believe me, you will love how this tastes. I promise. So you know what? We had a great time putting this together. Hope you had a good time being with us, and we'll see you next time right here on Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.